The Treyvon Martin 911 call has been released. Now, this was the call that the neighborhood watch person made to the 911 service to let them know that there was a so-called suspicious person walking around his neighborhood. As we all know, Treyvon Martin was a 17-year-old black kid who was visiting his father at a gated community. Now, this person who called 911 overreacted to his presence and made several completely baseless claims to the 911 operator and thus to the police.
Hey, we've had some break-ins in my neighborhood, and there's a real suspicious guy. It's Retreat View Circle. The best address I can give you is 111 Retreat View Circle. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, and he's just walking around looking about.
Okay, and this guy, is he white, black, or Hispanic?
He looks black.
Did you see what he was wearing?
Yeah, a dark hoodie, like a gray hoodie, and either jeans or sweatpants and white tennis shoes. He's here now. He was just staring.
Okay, just walking around the area.
At all the houses.
Okay.
And now he's just staring at me.
Okay, and so it's 1111 Retreat View or 111?
That's the clubhouse.
That's the clubhouse. Do you know what he's near the clubhouse right now?
Yeah, now he's coming towards me.
Okay.
He's got his hand in his waistband. And he's a black male.
Okay. How old would you say he
He's
looks?
got a button on his shirt. Late teens.
Late teens, okay.
Something's wrong with him. Yeah. He's coming to check me out. He's got something in his hands. I don't know what his deal is.
Okay, just let me know if he does anything, okay?
Over here.
Yeah, we got him on the way. Just let me know if this guy does anything else.
Okay. These assholes, they always get away. Shit, he's running.
He's running? Which way is he running?
Down towards the other entrance of the neighborhood.
Okay. Which entrance is that he's heading towards?
The back entrance.
Are you following him?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need you to do that.
Okay.
This recording shows the sheer illogical nature of the individual who made the call. Treyvon Martin was being followed by a car with a man watching him holding a phone. I believe anybody who was walking down the street and had somebody following them in a car with a phone, looking at them, impossibly pointing at them, would become concerned and start watching that individual thinking that they were a threat. I imagine that the person who was making the call is maybe somewhat like the guy who stands on the corner in major cities watching everybody, but gets angry if anybody makes eye contact at him and looks back. An interesting point to make was that he said the kid looked drunk or high, both of which turned out not to be true. The man who made the call didn't have any reason to believe that the kid was, and there was no indication that he had even been acting that way. However, I don't believe that he lied on the phone. I believe that his prejudice made him say that. People like him tend to think that all black people, particularly black youth, are on drugs or drunk pretty much all the time. I think this is not his lying showing through, but his prejudice showing through. A further analysis of what he says on the tape certainly indicates that he is indeed a racist. He says, "Those people always get away," and we're fairly certain of what we know "they" means. After all, this was a lone kid in a white gated community, one that no doubt probably didn't appreciate having minorities around. So given the context of the situation, I think we understand what he meant a little bit better. And I believe this verifies my belief that he was acting out of prejudice and not stupidity, although the argument could be made that they are the same thing. The man who killed the kid, and he is a kid at 17 years old, who, by the way, in his photo, does not even look as though he's even 17, claims that he was using self-defense against the kid. However, clearly on the phone, the person he was talking to, I believe the 911 operator, told him not to approach the kid and not to follow him. Both things the man actually did. This was not a man attempting to avoid a situation. This was a man actively pursuing an encounter, an altercation. This is not self-defense. The man went looking to provoke a situation. It is not self-defense when you do not attempt to remove yourself from the situation, or at least can demonstrate that you're somehow cornered and cannot escape. This man very clearly actively pursued a situation with him. This is further confirmed by the fact that witnesses say the kid was asking for help, was calling for help. Now, police, when speaking to these witnesses, said, "No, you are mistaken. You heard the other guy screaming for help." The witnesses stand by their claim that it was the boy who was asking for help, and police, it seems, have been pressuring the witnesses to change their story in order to back up the man who killed this young boy. The racist nature of this incident, and indeed of the nation, is revealed by the fact that the man was not even arrested. I couldn't imagine you ever killing someone in self-defense and not being arrested yourself. Because even if it is witnessed by police that you killed someone in self-defense, you still have to be detained and asked questions. You still have to prove, even if it was witnessed by many people, that you were in fact defending himself. The very fact that this man was released without even being questioned by the police, not even held to explain himself or even to go on trial to prove he was defending himself, shows the blatant racist nature of this entire encounter. The man was literally given a free hand to kill a black kid by the police. And this is certainly a clear demonstration of the sheer racist mentality that still exists within America. Despite the claims of the right wing that racism is now gone thanks to the election of a black man, racism is still very much alive in the United States.